Alrighty, I think I have everything set. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. What do you got? One, hashtag seeds. Ranny, how are you doing? Is it Ranny? Am I saying that right? Angela, make sure it's hashtag seeds and Tuscan too. See how everybody else is doing that? Here, let me jump on here and do this. Hashtag seeds. Start collecting names. Does that make it easier? Now you can see it. Do it just like that. And this is United States, lower 48. And I'm going to try and work something out to maybe send some adapters or something. If anybody's familiar with sending things overseas, let me know. Renee, is that it? Tuscan C. Yeah, you got to be hashtag seeds. Angela, very good, just like that. And I know this is kind of small. If you all are on your phone, you probably can't see that. It says like 4 entries, 5 entries. So you'll see as that number starts going up. We're going to give this a try. I was in here the other night, and when you set up a live stream, they have a new feature. And like I said, there's a little code that gets generated when I want to invite people in, and I send them that code. And every time you start a new live stream, you had to like get a new code and send them a new code. And they have a reusable live stream now, so that you have the same code. You send it to your guests if they're going to be a recurring guest, and you keep going into the same room. You don't have to keep sending them a code. And I tried that out the last time we were on, and the giveaway tool wouldn't recognize that room. And it got me a little frustrated. I kept trying to get on there, but I went back to the old way of doing things, and we're back in business. So that was obviously the problem. Hello, how are you doing this evening? Bayou Maid. Thank you. Very good. Hey, everyone. AR51. Let's see. Are you one of the past winners? I believe so. Right? AR was, I know you sent me an email. Angela, thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. Got it right. Okay. You'll probably have to remind me like several times before it sinks in. I forget a lot of times. Texas Nurse, how are you doing? Make sure you put hashtag seeds. And we're going to try this too. Instead of like we do one drawing and then we talk and then we go through and everybody has to put their the hashtag back in there. I think we can do multiple drawings. So we'll just keep everybody in there, and we'll do this several times tonight. We'll get some since we forgot or couldn't get it working the other night. Hashtag seeds. Very good. Valerie, how are you doing? Yes, Texas Nurse, that's it. Ladybug, how are you doing? Are you having fun making videos? Hashtag seeds. Let's see, I think that's 9. We're up to 12 entries. Wickeshire, what is up? How are you doing? I'm not entering, just saying hello. No, that's cool. You can win again if you like. It's just like on the same night. If you're in here the same night and you win over and over, you know, if I go ahead and redraw, it'll exclude the winners, so that won't happen. Brumbaugh, you're past winner too, but you can definitely win, you know, tonight for coming back in. It's just I was just recognizing that I recognized your name, and I wasn't saying you couldn't be in the drawing. So go ahead, and that's another channel there if you want to check them out. Janelle, how are you? Nick, good evening. Kookaburra, obviously I'm in Australia. That's a pretty cool little bird though, isn't it? Bree, how are you? Just got done talking solar shop with all the neighbors. Tribe has left. Awesome, cool. So if you guys are interested in like off-grid stuff too, like we're doing off-grid hydroponics, check out their channel. And they're working on solar panels. Very cool. Janelle, how are you? Very good. What is up? In the clutch. In the clutch. Very creative names. With the kookaburra, always laughing. I think Marty from Marty's Garden, who was on here, had a little baby one in his yard. Good to know. Hey, we're not going to keep y'all waiting too long. I see 42 people watching, and we've got 18 entries, but I might go ahead and just draw one real quick, get one out of the way so that we can see if it works. And then we'll go ahead and just leave the names in there. Maybe we'll just draw right from that again so you guys don't have to do it over and over and over again. I didn't know you could do that, so that was me. Love your channel. Awesome. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Got some more stuff coming now that it's starting to cool down. It was hot. The only thing is, anybody getting lots of rain, I know people in Louisiana, y'all be careful out there. And Florida was just, North Florida here, we've been having rain for like almost a whole week. And we've still got, today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and of storms, and roads around here are like starting to flood. They're putting up little signs, so you have to go around. It's not like terrible like the city's flooded, but now the streets are starting to back up a little, and the entire yard is just wet and soaked and dark and no sun. And we're used to getting like showers, like even daily showers and that during the spring over here in Florida and that, but this has been like really, really nasty for the past couple of weeks. My brother-in-law is in Jackson. He's telling me the rain's, yeah. There's another Renee. Yeah, it's just, I feel like whenever we used to make fun of like Portland or whatever, and them saying like it's like gray skies and just dark and drizzling all the time. And now we know what it feels like. It's just been like a whole week of, it gets a little break and like the sun comes out for a couple of minutes. We're like, ooh, sun, but it doesn't give everything a chance to dry out yet. So everything's just soaking wet. It just missed us. We got a few showers yesterday, but not much. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can all use the rain though. Rain's coming. Where you, Atlanta? On the way. Which is fine since Burl hit it. Oh, okay. Oh, you got Burl? Hashtag seeds. Yeah, if y'all are just popping in here, hashtag seeds. I'm going to draw real quick. In fact, I'm going to do one real quick. And if you don't get your name in really quick, all of a sudden, I'm going to do a couple. So don't fret. But I want to keep everyone waiting all night. And I'm going to get on here and do one real quick. Ready? Draw. We'll see everybody's name go by. Let me know if you saw your name. And I got me a little paper to write down. Renee Gimbert. I'm writing it down really quick. Okay. Oh, and you know what? I wasn't prepared. Renee, congratulations. And let me see. I've got my email here. And if everybody just wants to jot this down just in case you win, so I don't have to keep putting it back up. Keep on growing, gmail.com. And the growing part, there's no G, says GROWIN and a 1. A lot of people get that messed up. And I messed it up too. I did my course, so the online course, and I put my email in as grown because autocorrect keeps doing that. And I did it on like several videos. Somebody corrected me, but make sure you get that right. Email me there and tell me I'm Renee. I want the seeds, and make sure it's me, before we exchange, get your address and everything, and we'll get, oh, I didn't even show y'all. Make myself bigger here. If people are like new. That's what we mean seeds. This is, I'm just that way. That's enough to do like one 5x5 tray. Like if you saw my past videos, the last couple videos I did where I have the peas, I just took one of these and tossed it in there, and you see the big bunch of peas you can grow. So that's a good experiment. And then this is arugula. That's spicy if you've ever had arugula, and pak choy. So you get that much. That's enough to do a couple of 10 by 20 trays. So you get quite a bit there. It's almost, I think it's about an ounce of each. So that'd give you, if you do the little 5x5 trays, you only need like about a teaspoon. That'll give you several that you can mess around and play around with. This is what I want you guys to do, is because if you go to the store and you just get those little seed packets and try to experiment with microgreens, they're not going to come out right and you're going to get frustrated. I want you to have something that you can take and do a couple times. So if you take this, if you can get 8 little trays out of that, you can mess up a couple of times and you still, you know, so you should be able to get the hang of it by the time you get that many done, right? So that's what I want y'all to do, is get in there and practice and have fun with it. And people have been going into our Facebook group, and I see a lot of people are like, you know, or they'll email me and send me a picture of a tray with like 12 plants growing in it and calling it microgreens, and them getting frustrated about it. So you get in there, you won't be too scared to, you know, throw a teaspoon of seeds down and experiment. And if it doesn't come out right, you can try again. Because believe it or not, I've been doing this like almost 10 years, but in the beginning I did mess up, you know, a lot. And that's how I figured out like this easy way to do things, was because I kept messing it up. But let me know, Renee, and I'll send that out to you. And everybody that's ordered, the reason why I'm coming on here and we're going to give some stuff away, I'm caught up. If you ordered anything like the adapters and that in my Etsy shop, I think I've got 6 orders left. I got all the way down to 6. And when we get done with this live stream, if it's not too late, I should be able to get those packed up and I'll be caught up by tomorrow. And then that way I can go ahead and get these packed up, ship those out too. And anybody in the chat, 16 comments. I'm way behind. Congratulations, will do. Awesome. My daughter keeps up with my plants when I'm on the road. Oh, that's cool. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. No problem. So that's one. Y'all stick around. You know, how many people are in there? We won't have to do this again. All I have to do up here, it says draw again. There's 23 entries. So let me run my mouth for about 2 seconds and then we'll draw again. And we'll do, how many y'all want to give away tonight? 4, 5, something like that. That sound good? I've got your name. You'll be the number 1. And if anybody out there knows about shipping international, I don't really do that. When I first started selling things, I was selling the downspouts, and it was like really costly. And then I had to go through and do customs and everything like that. So obviously we can't sell, you know, send seeds anywhere. But I was wanting to, you know, maybe my adapters or something I can send overseas, because there's some people like Kookaburra, you know, and stuff. And people, how much would it be like to send something like that? This only weighs about 2 ounces. And with packaging and stuff around here, you know, probably around like 6 ounces by the time you get it wrapped up and stuck in a box and everything. So like 6 ounces. I think even these are like 6 ounces when they're all wrapped up and everything. Does anybody know how much it would cost like to send from the United States, even up to Canada? We got a lot of viewers in Canada and they keep asking for these. And I was thinking of like making it available for a little while, and you know, since I'm caught up, make it available, and then I can go through the extra things of getting customs forms filled out and everything. I just hate to spend a ton of money on shipping. See, like all of us, if this is around $5 for shipping around here, and if there's a problem and people have to send it back, and I've got to send them another one, or it got, you know, cracked in the mail or something happens, and with just $5 sometimes just to get done with the situation so we can keep moving ahead, I just eat the shipping and just send them out some more. But if we're talking about like Canada and it's costing like 20 or $25 to, you know, ship something little, you know, we start having problems with returns and everything, and shipping, you know, gets to be a little bit more of a headache. So if anybody knows anything about like international shipping, and if that, you know, how I could get it to them, or would it be better if I like found someone up there and put a bunch of them in a shipment and send that to them, and then they could, you know, ship it out to other people and everything. Yeah, seeds are not allowed in most countries through customs. Yeah, we mailed 10,000 mixed seed bank to India. Oh, they seized and burned it. Oh my God. Only Indian homesteader I know. Custom made for Zone 11. Man, yeah, that's messed up. Hey, what's up, Tony? Nobody's ever late, Tony. Everybody just get here when you can. If you can get here, you get here. If not, no big deal. We're always around, and we'll catch you next time. So thank you for stopping in. Just starting out, hoping the best, listening with a passion. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. People starting out. Let's see. I tried to send a book to a friend in the UK, and they wanted $69. Yeah. See, these are like, I think I'm selling for like 17 or 14 bucks, and I'd hate to have to pay, $70 for shipping. That's why I was wondering, maybe if we had a bigger box and filled them up, it would probably be $20 to Canada. Okay. Hey, yeah. So I think I mailed a couple, and I'm not sure. Way back, it was years ago, before the prices actually went up too. So I'm still wanting to try and do something. I don't know. Maybe I'll give them a free course, or get them into their private live stream or something. I'll try and look up shipping requirements and costs. I know it's very expensive. Okay, cool. Coy Kane, how are you doing? That's another cool channel. Yeah, go check that one out. YouTube, if you guys are new around like live streams and that, YouTube used to be where you could see them and you could click on the name and it actually opened up another tab and you could check out the channel right there. But this is new times for YouTube, so you can't, but there's a channel. Hey, Tracy, international flat rate envelope is $30. Yeah, that's, yeah, 30 bucks is expensive. Seeing I can't fit these in an envelope. Yes, I would do it for you and go to MT all the time and could ship it to me. Oh, cool. Well, get with me, Nancy. You're on Facebook. Message me on Facebook and see if we can't hook something up. If there's something where, because somebody was offering me pak choy. There's a certain variety that I love, and if you watch my early videos, that's the pak choy. They don't sell it here in the States anymore. I don't know why. Somebody in, might have been Nova Scotia or somewhere, someone said that there's somewhere, and that once in a while, every few months, they actually drive down and go across the Canadian border. They head down that way, and there's like family or something right across, and they were like, they were talking about sending it to me from there or something. So if we could hook up and you could like pick stuff up. I think there's one person that I ship stuff to actually has like a mailbox here in the States, and he lives in Canada, and he comes over and picks up his mail and goes back. 25 bucks for a pound. Okay, that's not too bad. This is, well, by the time I get the box, so that'll only be like 2. So I wonder how much. Another thing, if I can figure out how to sell to Canada on Amazon, it's just me shipping it to Amazon. I have to convert all of my stuff to metric because Americans are stubborn, and we don't want to multiply and divide by 10. So we think, 12 inches and so many feet in a yard and everything is a lot easier than dividing by 10. So we won't do the metric system. But if I convert all my stuff to kilograms and everything, I can actually sell on Amazon. I think I have a Canadian shop or whatever. I think it's enabled on mine. I could also look into that. It's just extra stuff you got to do and jump through all the hoops. I really dig your content. Oh, thank you very much. Censored Cactus. I said very, very cool names than that. I'm full of myself and I know everything, so I've decided to sit here and listen quietly. That's all right. That's all right. Don't worry about it. I will bow out of giveaways on account of the overseas hassles. Kookaburra, I much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. How-to videos and consider them a gift. Thanks, mate. No problem. And Kookaburra, if you want, just get with me. You're on Facebook too. Hook up with me. And like I said, I'll get you into, if you want, like the online course. It's just like all the stuff that I know condensed down to a real quick little course. And it gives you like all the basics if you think you need any help like that. Or, I don't know, you might already be doing a whole lot of stuff. So if we can help you, just let us know. We really appreciate it. Okay. Hey, Deb, how are you doing? You know what? I'm going to draw again real quick, and then we'll keep yakking. How's that? Ready? I'll take y'all by surprise. If you're new and you're just popping in here, hashtag seeds. All right. Up. Bayou Made. Number 2. Bayou Made. Congrats, Bayou Made. You winner number 2. Hashtag seeds. Here's another one. Hollyhock Urban Homestead. I'll check that out. I haven't seen that channel. Have you been in here? Hollyhock Urban Homestead. I like looking at new channels. And if you've been in here a while, then forgive me, my memory is not that good. I'm a newbie. Cool. Appreciate. Thanks having you here. Appreciate it. Congratulations. Woohoo. And when y'all are congratulating, don't forget, put hashtag seeds. There's 30 people in there. So we're 46. So that's about right if it's just United States. So if you're new, just drop that in and we'll go ahead and draw again in a second. Just like that. Hashtag seeds. Congratulations. I see videos, some of them. Okay, cool. See some of them. Hillbilly, what's up? It's another channel. Y'all check them out. Tracy, have y'all started your YouTube channel yet? Or any videos or anything? Let me know. Y'all go check out on Instagram. It's Mill Creek Market. You know what? She was on here a couple of times. And I think I left it. I typed out your name somewhere. I sure did. It's right there. Yeah, I'll go check that out on Instagram. They do mushrooms and microgreens. Hey, that sounds like a good title for like a podcast or something. Doesn't it? What do y'all think? Mushrooms and microgreens? It's like catchy. Tune in this Saturday at 4 p.m. for mushrooms and microgreens. Congrats. How can someone sign up for the course? Which course do you want, Sullivan? I've got one that's just the hydroponics where you can just learn the basics, ABCs, 1, 2, 3s of all the stuff you see me doing on my channel. And then I've got another one that is for people that want to learn how to set up revenue streams. Oh, and I got like something real cool. The people who did sign up for that course and we got started, I've got like the initial videos in there. I know that was a lot to digest, so I haven't really been bothering people too much. I want you to kind of soak that in, and then we're going to get started. We did one live stream, and I put that in the course. We did one live stream with like just editing, so you guys can kind of see the flow. I'm actually going to be doing more tutorials and more concise ones that are easier to understand and put those up. I just wanted you guys to see like the rough flow, like what we go through every day, like making videos and that. And I've got a good idea for people. See, if you want to start off and just do like us and be YouTubers and TikTokers or whatever and get monetized, it takes a while because you have to have 1,000 followers and 4,000 hours of watch time, which is like 240,000 minutes. It takes a good while. But I'm coming up with something like we're talking about these courses and people are asking about it. Thinkific, I had mine on there before I moved it over. I had it there for years. It's free to set it up. And I'm going to walk you guys through it, how you can set up your own course and then start putting up videos and just do like me right now. I'll concentrate on like microgreens. You don't have to go out there and dig up your whole backyard and have a huge garden. You know, if you have one, that's cool. You can start like making videos and then putting a little links to the online course, and you can have money start dripping in. I'm going to help you set up your course and even take my videos. If you want to just use my videos, you know, you can take them and make them your own. So we'll go through that with y'all. But if you do microgreens like I do, you can start, and within a week or two, you can be making videos of stuff that you grew, right? Like you guys see the stuff when I put out a video like the peas. I didn't have that like 6 weeks ago. We just planted that. So people are interested in this, and you'll be teaching people how to grow food fast. And that's important because a lot of people think about like having a garden, which is great. It's a little bit of an investment, right? Time and money. You don't just decide, I'm going to go have a garden and go out there plant one and just have one up there, right? You have to go out and find the space, see if you're getting enough sun, check the soil, do your little tilling. And if you haven't, you start composting or fertilizing, amend your soil, and you plant and irrigate, weed, till, and keep doing it over and over. And then hopefully in a couple of months, you start having a little bit of production. And with microgreens, you can get out there. You don't need to till up the yard. You don't have to do anything. You don't need a whole lot of sun. You can grow them in the shade. And within a week, you can have like a whole shelf full of microgreens and film that and show people. So all kinds of stuff, that good stir fry. Fungi. That's another cool name for a podcast. I correct my previous post, Original Crad. I just learned about everything I know about microgreens and hydroponics from you and this channel. Awesome. That's just what we like to hear. And all you got to do now is you do it for yourself. And if you learn anything, pass that on to other people. Yeah, a healthier version of M&M's, mushroom and microgreens. Yeah, that could be like the taglines. They're mushroom and microgreens. You know, a healthy version. A healthy M&M. Gardening is not cheap. Yeah, that's what, you know, and I kept wanting to do this, and that's what kind of led me down the path to doing all of this stuff. Is I kept trying to start over. I was one that went out and bought a tiller because I was renting a tiller, and I said, well, shoot, I'll just go buy one now. And I did it a couple of years, and finally I just like got rid of my tiller because it was, by the time you do that, and you know, it's a ton of work, you know. So that's what I call like the big lie, is not, you know, that some people make it seem easy in that, but you know, we're always thinking it's like corporations and everybody working against us. The big lie is that we're on here YouTube and like, oh, it's easy, go start a garden, you know. And then really it's a ton of work, and some people like it, and some people it is easier to them. There's a lot, like my wife will paint something like, oh, that's easy. But like me, if I'm trying to copy her and trying to do the same thing, and sometimes we'd be working on a big project, I try to get in and help her a little bit so that we could get done quicker. And things that she would get on there and just like whip out like painting, you know, I'm over there like paint by numbers and trying to figure it out. So some things are a lot easier for some people and some things aren't. So for the most part, one thing, you got to have the space for a regular garden, right? You got to have a big yard and something, and it's got to be like my backyard right now is total shade. And so when I'm growing, I'm just trying to grow what's possible and show people you have a small yard, it's shaded, not a lot of resources, that you can still grow food, you know, because I think people are going to need to know stuff like that. We got a lot of channels in the chat here that do that kind of thing too. So wait, I don't need sun for microgreens. Now I'm confused. No, you do not. You can, light bulb like this is good enough. You can get started. You can get them sprouted. I'll sprout mine in the dark. And then you just need a little light. I've got a couple of grow lights, the Barina ones, up on a shelf. And the shelf next to it is a little shoe rack that we bought off of Amazon for like 20 bucks. Holds a ton of microgreens. We put all of those over there. There's no lights at all. And that's where the germination all happens. And then as they start to germinate, we take some and move them over to the shelf with the grow lights and blast them with grow lights for a couple of days. And what do you call it? When we harvest them, we go ahead and plant those out and keep over and over. And if it's nice outside, which we haven't had sun for like a week, we'll take them and germinate them and take them outside. Some we leave outside. We grow them totally outside in the shade house, and they don't never get out in the direct sun. Now, if you want to grow them bigger, like baby greens, you're going to need some sunlight or good grow lights. And let's see, I might be a little off on the chat. Y'all, if I miss anything, just let me know and we'll get back to it. Thanks for inspiration. I'm an apartment gardener, hydrolight. Awesome. That's cool. And if y'all go over my Facebook group, I've got Keep On Growing. It's a Facebook group. People jump in there and they help each other out, share what you're growing. People love to see what's going on and all of that. Here, draw again. I'm just going to surprise y'all. Is that better than getting everybody ready? See, I told you could win again, right? So what that'll do is that takes your name out for the rest of the night. But I'm going to look back. Now, I get tons of emails a day, so if you don't hear from me in like a couple of days, I've already got your address. I can just ship right out to you. You're number 3. And the people who are just coming in, put hashtag seeds, and it gets your name up in there. We've got 30 entries. So if you're new popping in here, go ahead and put it up like that. Let's see, I'm interested in growing microgreens indoors. My outdoor garden was destroyed 2 years in a row by a woodchuck, raccoons, squirrels. You got a whole zoo over there. Going to try growing indoors. Yep. And that's what microgreens are great for. If you're trying to grow like tomatoes indoors, it takes up a lot of room and takes a lot of time. If you got the space for it, awesome. But if not, you can grow microgreens over and over and over again. And what we like to do is, like, once in a while, I harvest everything and get down to just about nothing. So I can show people that you can start, again, that it's not like a traditional garden is spring and fall, right? That's the time when everybody's like waiting for the spring and they all jump out there and then try to plant real quick, and then summer hits us and then we're waiting for it to cool off, and everybody's trying to guess when they're going to be able to plant and when the first frost is going to start, and you go through the cycle year after year. And with your microgreens, you can just keep on and on. You don't worry about that. If you lose a couple, you go ahead and start over and then plant some more. But you got to be buying your seeds in bulk. You don't want to be going and buying your seeds like that, right? And trying to do a bunch of microgreens. You're going to go broke like that. Let's see, $20 grow light. Lots of sprouts. Yep, I get bagged beans from the grocery store. It's a little cheaper. Yeah, Corkane, good job. There's plenty, and if you guys can always go to the grocery store and practice. I did this a lot when I first started. Lentils. I don't think split lentils, but your whole lentils. And if you go to like a health food store, lentils are still pretty cheap. Bulk. I used to go to an Indian mart and the Asian market. And the mung beans, when I first started going over, they're huge mung beans. They would grow big, fat bean sprouts. And since I moved here, I can't find any. Everything that I order is these little teeny, scrawny things. But the Asian market would have it like cheap, huge bags, like for a couple of bucks. The Indian mart, if you guys want something fragrant, go look for fenugreek. It's also called methi, M-E-T-H-I. It's an Indian spice, and it has a unique kind of licoricey kind of flavor and smell. But that's awesome, and you can get like a bag of it like for $1. I'll have to watch it. Okay, cool. Y'all talking to Wickershire, saving money on gardening. You making your own compost and seed saving. Yep. Reduce time bulk growing after the first year you start up. Yep. Yeah. So y'all, check that out. Check their channel out this way, that way, and this one. Everybody just check each other out. Then the leaf footers come and took out the tomatoes and cucumbers. Yeah, see, when we're growing inside, we don't have to worry about that too much. My company made the test tubes needed for hydroponics in space. Oh my goodness, really? Trisha, once I got the mold test tubes to them at NASA, they sprayed them with titanium. When it dried, they could slide the titanium tubes off the graphite molds, and we made for them thousands of them. And they went up to space station. That's cool. So maybe the ones that we're seeing up there on the videos and that, because I just saw them, somebody made a video about them like growing tomatoes up in space. And I know, leafy greens, of course, they're going to grow that, but they were actually trying to grow something a little more substantial. And I was just watching that. So some of the stuff that we saw might have been something that you made, right? In space. No space, vertical gardening is the way to go. Yeah, definitely. How far behind am I on this chat? Holy moly. Methy is great. I have a tray 7 days into the grow now. Awesome. Yeah, it's just something different. And that's why I like doing the microgreens and doing this, is that you can go out and get some different things. Some people are like, like tomatoes, cucumbers, and stuff that I can just go up to the store and just buy. If I had a big yard, I'd grow a whole bunch of stuff, but that's what I want to show you guys. If you got limited space, but you can grow things that it doesn't matter what the price is, that you can't even get it. So, like I said, the pak choi, they've got just big pak choi everywhere, right? But like greens and that, just having them growing, and whenever you have soup or salad where you just go out and cut off a handful and toss it in your soup. You can't go up to the store and just buy any. The basil, they got cinnamon basil. It's like cool, but there's nowhere out there that you can go and buy it, because most people won't. They just go for the regular basil, right? And all the stuff, even radish, which is one of the easiest things to grow. You see it's like growing a lot of radish. Radish is cheap at the store. You can go buy a radish, but there's no radish sprouts. And you can do it really easy. You get things that it's more like priceless, because it's not even available in the stores. Now, if you've got like a farmer's market and there's somebody set up and they're selling some microgreens, you can go over there and get it. But like us, they call it a farmer's market, but it's a couple of people will stop by the real farmer's market and grab a bunch of produce. And, it's just the ones that go to the store. They're just like, the middleman, and they just pick that up and then come on over here. And there's a couple of farmers, but it's just, normal stuff like tomatoes, cucumbers. And so we don't have much of a, what you would call a farmer's market. And there's been a couple of people will come out with a few microgreens, but if there's not a real demand for it, they won't grow a whole lot of it, and they won't grow a wide variety, because it'd just be people coming by and kind of tasting stuff and that, or kind of, it takes a long while to introduce people to stuff. But with things getting tougher, like I said, I would take advantage of it right now, because the prices, like these peas, right? You guys saw these in the video on Amazon. If you guys, who's got like Amazon Prime, it's something like 60% or something of America, or 60 or 80% of America is like on Amazon Prime. If you get free delivery, like a 1 pound bag, this is actually like just 1 ounce. So you get 16 of these. If you look at that tray that I grew with all those pea shoots on it, was only $12. But if you go try to buy microgreens in the store already made, you're talking $9. It's crazy. So for $12, you can get like a pound of those. Then if you go to like Greener Harvest Seeds or Truly for one of the seed companies, and you buy like 5 pounds at a time, now you're talking about saving money. So all of this stuff too, this pak choi, arugula, I think all of these were like less than $20 for like a 1 pound bag. And you're talking about like 200,000 seeds. Stevia is one of my biggest challenges. I finally have 3 mason jars of cracky going a few weeks, and nice sweet tree. Yeah, stevia is awesome. But like I said, that's a woody kind of a plant. Keeps growing. We had a couple and they lasted for a while in the hydroponics, but we usually just stick them in the ground and have irrigation set up where it sprays on it a little bit, and it like grows wild. And you're right, if you guys are trying to cut down on like your sugar and stuff, stevia is like 200 times sweeter than sugar cane. And you go up and you just grab a couple of leaves and toss that in your smoothie or something, and it sweetens it up. You know what? Let's draw again. Ready? That'll be number 4. 33 entries. Here we go. Lisa. Is that Lisa? Liza Babcock? I'm going to be like butcher everybody's name. Liza Babcock. Doesn't the heat of cooking destroy nutrients and microgreens? It does. Look, people are like that. I'm not in it for health. I like to grow stuff and I like to eat it. You know, so I'll take a multivitamin if I do. I'm not one who grows microgreens because it's a superfood. I kind of really detest the term superfood. I wish somebody would never have came up with that, because food is food, and some's a little more nutrient dense than that. My opinion is there's no like superfoods and stuff, and microgreens are healthy for you, but I like I said, I'm not eating the radish microgreens because they're healthy. It's because they taste good. And cinnamon basil is because it has a different flavor, and I don't grab a bunch of basil because it's healthy for me, because I'm going to mix it with a bunch of pine nuts and oil. I like pesto. So the health part of it is like an added bonus. But if I feel like taking mine and throwing it in my soup, I'm not stressing out about it. I'm growing food to eat. And if that's something you're worried about, then don't cook it. There, you can have tons of microgreens and you can keep eating it in that. But on this channel, you guys rarely hear me say anything about like the health benefits of this or that or anything. I want people out there to grow food. I'm worried about like people around the world not being able to go get groceries and that. And I just want everyone to be able to have a minimum level of comfort, at least know how to grow some of their own food. And if people are out there like starving in that, they're not really too interested in, the health benefit of certain things. So if that's something you're into, that's cool. And there's lots of people that are, and there's lots of channels. It's just my focus is a little bit different. And I've never, like I said, I try to eat healthy, like an all around thing, but I don't stress out about, if if I want to deep fry something one day, I haven't eaten deep fried food in like a month. But if I feel like doing it tomorrow and grabbing a handful of microgreens and dipping it in batter and seeing what it's like when I deep fry it, I'll go ahead and do it. I won't stress out about it. I'm more about food and taste and sustainability. Stevia has been my biggest challenge. Yep, we talked about that. No, it doesn't. Tony Wells, thanks. Oh, Liza, I don't know if you were here in the beginning. Let me get my email in case you didn't write it down. And I know Buba Family, I've got you, and Bayou Maid, Liza, email me right there. And like I said, just make sure I answer you back and we confirm who we are before you like just give out your address or whatever, and I'll get those mailed off to you. So just drop this line and tell me who you are, and I've got your name down here. I'll leave that up for 1 second, and then we'll do one more really quick. Where are we at? Comments. I had really good luck with root cuttings in hydroponic solution using Mike's Pulmonary method. Oh, cool. Awesome. Juju, did I miss her? There she is. I'm trying not to slip some stevia and see if it will root for me. Yeah, give it a try. And hello, I must have missed you and I didn't say hello. I think I didn't say hello to you either. Is that Lorraine? Worcestershire dry soil causes a lack of nutrients and mineral uptake. The soil microbes live in a bubble of water and respirate in the soil. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, I was behind. I eat my microgreens raw in salads in place of lettuce. Yep, that's very cool. See, that's why I like these, because it's, I grew up, it was, and some of these people right now, we're used to like all these different things at the store. And when we were growing up, it was iceberg lettuce and leaf lettuce, which is what everybody's like eating now. And that's like on a lot of your sandwiches when you go out to eat, they're using like leaf lettuce. That was garnish. Nobody would eat that. That was like kale. Nobody would eat kale. When if you went to a restaurant and kale was on your plate, it was garnish, and people would flick it off. Now all of a sudden, kale's a superfood, and people are making kale smoothies and kale chips and all of that. But our salads were iceberg lettuce, and then we'd cut up like onions, tomatoes. If we got fancy, then we put a couple other things, even maybe a couple of raw mushrooms and a little shredded cheese or something. But it was basically plain. Now you go up to the store and there's all the stuff you can get. And if you can have all this stuff growing in your yard, you can walk around and pick, kale, pak choi, all your if you grow out kale and you grow out collards, broccoli leaves, and you let them get to the baby green stage. Don't let them get too big. They're tender enough you can eat them raw. You take them and cut them up, just like she was saying, in place of like lettuce. Throw a little basil. You can grow Thai basil, all kinds of stuff like that. And it's tender enough to chew. When kale first started to get popular, before they were making kale chips and everything, what they would do is take the kale, which is real tough, and cover it with salt, let it sit, try to draw some of the moisture out, and they would massage it and squish it and try to break down all the fibers to actually make it something you could eat. If you grow a bunch of kale microgreens and you eat some of them, and then you take some of them and put them in the bigger containers, like our downspouts and that we had, and let them grow out just a couple more weeks, they'll get about yay big. You won't have to, once you fill up the containers, you won't have to sit there and keep refilling it, if you're not trying to grow a big kale plant. And you can grow a ton of baby kale, which would cost a lot in the store now. If you go look at a little container of baby kale, and you're talking about like $7 or $8, that's where I live. So I hate to think about some of these other places where it's like more expensive. You can grow loads of that over and over. And once you do the little continuous harvest thing, you can have all the greens you want and have these fantastic salads and everything. I use cut up pool noodles for cloning and it works amazing. Cool. I forgot to go get more pool noodles before like summer's just ending, and they'll like send them back. But here in Florida, because of crafts, they'll put some out at Halloween, and it'll be black, orange, and white. I think they always have like white. And then at Christmas, they have red, green, and white. So the colors will change, but I got to get out there and see, just in case they don't put out too many. No worries, mate. No, that's cool. Yeah, I would just let you know, so that, because I get people asking me all the time. And I think that's awesome. If people, are health conscious and they're doing it for that, it's just, I don't want to give the impression that that's what I do. I'm just like upfront with everybody about, what the way I live and what I'm trying to convey to people. Every plant I've ever killed was due to a lack of watering. We observed and learned. Yeah, that's the heat this summer's just been like terrible, and just trying to keep up with everything too. If I see lava pebbles for sale on Facebook Marketplace, do I need to be concerned about what it was used to grow? Yeah, I mean, I would. There's no telling what people have done with things. I wouldn't even. I think I'd be afraid to even think what somebody might do with some. And if they didn't tell you. Clay pebbles, I don't know how much you're growing, is not really all that expensive. So unless they're like selling a bunch of them for like $5 or something, I would just be wary of that. Thank you. I can't eat processed food anymore. It hurts my stomach so bad. Oh, I feel sorry for you, Corey Kane. That's my wife, and I think my youngest son too is getting to, you know, where there was just so much stuff. They're eating mainly unprocessed, just like chicken. And so we'll have like a chicken breast with no seasoning, and then a couple of like uh, either it'll be a couple of different greens, whatever we're growing, and maybe a starch or something in it, and condiments and all of this other stuff, and even some of the healthy TV dinners and everything, you know, have like a bunch of stuff in it too. There's just so much. No worries. I might. Yeah, I didn't see you. You just kind of snuck in there. Test in the Fed. Is this video being recorded for playback? Yeah, I usually put it, and you'll have to remind me. I forget sometimes to get back in there and check the little box for the replay if you don't see that. But the live stream itself, they're all on there unless I go back in and like delete it. They're usually on there. My backyard apple is growing diseased apples. Anybody can help out? Miss Farr Hansen, about apples. I've never grown apples. I'm flying to Florida tomorrow, Mike. Can you please turn the? Yeah, I wish. We got. Are you? How long are you going to be here? We've got in North Florida, like we got rain in the forecast for like the whole weekend. See the Wickershire Project. Y'all talking to each other. How about one more giveaway real quick when we're doing this? Let me make myself smaller. Get that off, and then we'll do one. Let's see. Hashtag seeds. I give y'all, for the new people just popped in before I draw one more time. This is going to be number 5. So I'm typing in chat hashtag seeds. And there's still 34 people in it. I'm going to draw one more real quick before the hour is up and we get out of here. I used to get my hand smacked for eating the kale garnish. Did you? I loved it. Mom said, "That's trash. You're embarrassing me." That's awesome. Yeah, if we went to the store, like I was getting into cooking, and so I was like looking to garnish. I used to like to garnish plates. You know, you put food on there, and we'd put sauces and do all kinds of stuff. And we'd go to the store, and I was just tickled that I could go get kale for like 10 cents a pound. It was just wild. Chicken wings. Who remembers that? Where are we at here? Who remembers chicken wings being like 10 cents a pound? I know I might be dating myself, but I remember nobody liked chicken wings, chicken backs, you know, all the extra parts. It was like the breast, the thigh, and the drumstick. And all the other stuff was stuff people use for stock. I remember us going up and buying big things of chicken wings for 10 cents a pound. And that wasn't like, I'm not like 95 years old or anything. You know, that wasn't too long ago. And then somebody came up with the marketing thing about, you know, wings. And I think it's because they had like, nobody would buy them. They had leftover wings, and they processed chicken, and that was something extra. And then they started marketing it like Brussels sprouts. Nobody liked Brussels sprouts when we were growing up, and now all of a sudden Brussels sprouts is another superfood, and people are deep frying it, throwing Brussels. They taste good. I always liked them, but I know a lot of people didn't. You know, the little baby cabbages, and then all of a sudden, you know, they do a little marketing, and people are like loving it. All right, everybody, put hashtag. What are you calling it, Adrian? Thank you very much. I've had a good luck with cocoa coir and compressed bricks. Work good expense-wise. Cool. Yeah, lots of people use coir. Okay, I see all the hashtag things. Wings used to be scrap too. Yeah, buffalo wings. And buffalo wings are like this big, but a buffalo is like this big. Look up Bonnie Plant, soil and fertilizer, all organic. All right, fair warning. We'll make this big. We can see. Here we go. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I lost the button. There we go. Tuscan, Lisa, Deb, Hillbilly, Nick, AR, Griffin Girl. Are you new? All right, Griffin Girl. So that's 5. Chicken scraps make the best stock. Yeah, it does. That's oops, I'm not even up here, am I? There I go. All right. Congrats. So we got Renee, Bayou Maid, Brumbau, Liza, Griffin Girl. How's that? And who's in any of the price clubs and like BJ's and Costco and all of that? They have chicken, like the rotisserie chicken. It's like a loss leader. It's to get you into the stores. I don't know if Costco still has it at that price. It was like $4.99, and BJ's has it for $4.99. So you get a whole chicken, and it's already cooked. You know, you can't beat that for a meal. You can't go get a sandwich at a fast food place for $4 anymore, right? But it's all the way in the back of the store. So you have to go in and walk by everything before you can't like go in and go grab a chicken and go out. And that's the idea of it. But if you pay for the membership, some of them have half price for the membership for the first year. So if the membership's like 50 or $60, you're talking about like $25. And if you go in there and the rotisserie chicken in Publix over here is $7.99 to $8.99. So if you're getting it for $4.99, you're saving like $4 or $5 on like each one. So if you're talking about $25 to sign up for one of these clubs, if you eat 5 chickens, you paid for it. So if you eat like one a week, you know, within a little over a month, you paid for it just in chicken. So not even counting all the savings you have on the other stuff. So if things are getting tough, you know, looking at some of those, we go up, you know, once every couple of weeks, and we've got a tiny house, so we can't like just jam pack stuff in here. But if you watch for deals, BJ's, besides all of the stuff that you get like cheaper by buying in bulk, they have coupons. You can go over. They've got an app there, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. So in addition to the price that they have, they take off another $1, $2, $3, you know, because you're getting a bigger packages. You know, the deals are a lot better. But we saved a ton of money over there. Brampton, how are you doing? Thanks for popping in. You're missing all the giveaways. We just gave away like 5 people had won some seeds. Costco, yeah, $4.99. So you go in there for $4.99, you get a chicken. It's an entire chicken. You can't get that like anywhere if you go out to eat. So you get that. You can cut it up if you need to eat it. You can freeze it. You can buy, if we go in, we'll buy 2 or 3 at a time. Cut it up, freeze some of it. And then like they're talking about, who was it? Coy was saying something about it makes the best stock. Yeah. Makes the best stock. And then you have all the scraps. So you go over and you get it. You bought it cheap, $4.99, and then you're making stock with it. And my wife sometimes will cook it down with some vinegar and that, and to make like bone broth, which if you try to go buy that, that's really expensive too. And you've got all this for like $4.99. So we're not just, you know, saving money like growing your own food and that. You just look at everything kind of like the homesteaders and that are inside of our chat. There's tons of things you can do. Walmart rotisserie, $6. You can avoid walking into the store. You know, free delivery. I didn't even know that, because ours, I think they charge like delivery over here, and then on top of that, then you feel bad and you're like tipping the driver. And me and my wife get miscommunication, and she'll do it, and she'll actually put the tip on the order, and I won't know it, and then they'll come walking up the driveway, and I'm like throwing money over there too, and she's like, "Why'd you tip them?" I already did. So we end up paying about like $25 for a chicken. I'm in Canada anyway. Oh, okay, that's right, Brampton. And how's the pug? We miss our pug. Pugs are awesome dogs. What kind of dogs do y'all have? We've got a little Chihuahua now, but our little pug was like the best one. We used to be able to get 2 chickens uncooked for $8. Yeah, yeah, that's what that used to be the thing too. Like the ones that were already prepped. You know, you go in, you spend a little money, you expect that because the butchers took their time and did it. But then you used to be able to buy a whole one, like she said, you know, just a couple of bucks. And now we're going in and it's like just really expensive. That's why I'm like, hell, instead of and tiny. I don't know where y'all live, but ours are getting like tiny. I'm like, I'm just gonna go into BJ's and get mine cooked up already and get it done. Greg, what's up? How are you doing? Who else did I miss? People give away young roosters all the time, as long as you know that. Yeah, we miss our roosters too. We had roosters. I had one named Spike. I don't know if y'all saw. I posted this picture once in a while. Kids are less expensive. Y'all buy kids. You can buy kids in Canada. He's snoring. Yeah, that's what our pug. When we first got it too, we didn't really know about that. We didn't look into it. My wife just saw him in a pet shop and he was like sitting there all sad, and she's like, "I want him" or whatever. And we were at night, and all of a sudden we were. They're funny little dogs. Bone, skin are good stuff. You cook it down kind of thick. Yeah, exactly. Oh, got a dachshund. 17 years old. I think that's how old our little Miko was. We had a little Chihuahua, another one, the black one. Ours that we have right now is 12, I think. They really are a pug named PP and blue ticks. Johnson's Classic Bulldogs. Come here, PP. I had a Dalmatian growing up. Aw, that must have been cool. The chat is wild tonight. Yeah, they are. How's it going? I made stock yesterday after hubby rotisserie'd it. Awesome. Now I'm getting hungry. My stomach actually is growling right now. My concern as a cancer patient is the Costco chickens are usually large, but what chemicals are they putting into it? Yeah, you just have to, like I said, it's that's just you know, we all have to just make choices in that, and you have to be a little bit more careful than most people in that. So I understand that. I have a 14-year-old mutt. She's blind, but she is the queen of the house. I hear that. They all are. All of our little pets are, right? Even our stray cat. I got another picture. The Amazon person laughs because they come up and I hear them through the door. I'm in here working and I hear, "Hey, kitty." You know, and our cat's just laying there. Or if I miss it by the time I go out, does anyone's cats, I've never seen this. He loves plastic. If I have anything like laying around, if I'm not watching, he'll come up, pull it down, and like there'll be 1,000 little teeth marks in it. And we'll go out, and this is the neighbor's cat. It's not our cat. And the little Amazon package will be there. And if I don't get it right away, we'll come out and it'll just look like somebody took a stapler all over it. Part of the paper one was open, looked like somebody opened it up and it was just the cat out there. But sometimes you walk out there and it looks like he's protecting it. He's just laying on top of it. Holy moly, you got 6? My brother had one and he was just like jumping all the time, all over the place. 80-pound lab. It's probably beautiful, right? 5-pound Pomeranian, the little pom-pom. I bet the 80-pound one is a handful. Can you please explain the giant Smartie cookie behind you? All of this is kind of like Willy Wonka stuff. And we're just aiming this way because my curtains and stuff, when you see was over there. My wife's doing arts and crafts and different things. And we do little steampunk short films. And we've got like different channels we mess around, and it's just a way for us to let our creativity out. One day I will show you here. Tell me if this makes y'all dizzy. Let me quit sharing this so it gets a little bigger. And if this cuts off, sometimes disconnects when I pull it, but there's you can't see it, but there's Cthulhu down there. and a fireplace. That's actually when we can turn it on. So it'll be dark in here and we can have that. There's where we're baking the cookies. It's a Gothic kind of thing. And it's all steampunk all the way to the ceiling, like 10 feet up. And Keely did all that. So that's where we usually are. You guys were used to like seeing the black curtains, but I needed somewhere to put a bunch of baked goods. Look at all the bread. There's a little bit of hydroponics on top. So that's all the stuff that I gotta start painting. You can see like the loaves of bread in there. And we were doing steampunk before, and then we thought, you know, I started doing the cookies. Behind there is where all the 3D printing and everything goes. And I don't know if I can turn it. We got this over here with all of this. We got that. And we got that, and we got that, and it's a whole set. So did it make you dizzy? Anyhow, I'm teaching people like we're teaching. If you guys saw, we had a video that was how to use social media, and I use an analogy of a cookie. And I'm not going to get into the whole thing about that, but I needed a big cookie for a visual representation. So we made one cookie, the one over here, so that I could do videos like the first chocolate chip one. And we had been doing a steampunk before. And so we're thinking of making a bunch of these and going around to like nurseries or doctors' offices or just finding kids that, you know, we want to bring a smile to and start giving them these. That's why we have that whole rack over there full of stuff. And we're going to start painting them all so that, you know, they can have like a bunch of little baked goods or cookies and stuff. So long story short, you know, it's just part of another big project that we're doing. And if you hang around us long enough, you're going to see all kinds of wacky stuff. So I'm not your normal gardener. Beautiful stove. Thanks. My first giant cookie prop showing. Cool. Yeah. And also, like, if you guys haven't been here, like the people that are new, see the boiler? That's my refrigerator, the thing with the little pipe. And that's actually where I keep all our drinks and our extra food and everything. The freezer and refrigerator still work. That was like one of the first things we built and got decorated up. So it's pretty cool. We have lots of fun with it. Love steampunk meets Willy Wonka. Yeah, that's what we thought. If you like really think about it, and if you watch the Tim Burton one, kind of like went really into steampunk, and even the original, him with all the goofy kind of gadgets and everything. So when we were talking about like doing the cookies, and we had a steampunk we did a short film a while back. Me and Keely had fun with that. I said, you know, Willy Wonka was really kind of steampunk. So I said, why don't we turn it into a bakery? So we made a control panel that goes on. Y'all probably aren't interested in all this. It's not gardening. But there we go. It's got lights and everything. So if you guys thought you were just here for hydroponics, here, I'll turn off the lights. So there's more lights and everything. You probably saw you asked that, right? Like, holy moly, what is all that? I haven't been around for very long enough to know. You never know. Yeah, exactly. Very artistic. Thank you very much. Yeah, so something very different. And here's the funny thing too is the short film that we did was, oh, I'm interested in, yeah, cool. And Keely likes dark academia too, and we do all kinds of things. You could do it well at Dragon Con. Yeah, we might make it out to one day. What's funny is the short film that I was making before the cookies, before we went to Willy Wonka. You know what, too? This is like nothing. We didn't have room to do anything. I went overboard, and you guys might have saw a couple of posts. I see the pipes, the colorful ones. I had the leftover spools of filament, so I made them, and I went and got cardboard, and I made pipes. So if you see like the Willy Wonka, like the new one, you know, when he walks in and the factory, there's all these big primary color like pipes. I made pipes like this big around, like 10 inches around, and with the flanges and bolts and everything. And I had them all like out here freestanding there, like all over the place, and look cool. But Kilo's coming in and just saying, I feel overwhelmed. So I took all of those down. Night, Texas nurse, catch you later. Thank you. I never leave that room. Thanks. And so I've got a storage unit that we were actually trying to clean out this month and get rid of it. I had to take all of that and put it over there. It's real light. We make everything as a prop. So if you guys went in and looked real close at all of this, there's like a handy wipe container like that right there. And the little dial to gauge that's up on top is a little paperclip container. The little thing right behind the big spatula, that's the rotisserie thing from the chickens. You know, when you go up to Costco, that's a container. That's a container from Costco. So in order not to waste things, and they're not doing recycling anymore, we try to turn things that we're going to toss into recycling that we can't grow with, or, you know, if we go up and get chicken like once a week or twice a week, you know, you're talking about like 100 containers by the end of the year. So we're trying to find other things to do with it. And then if we paint these things up and then start giving them away to people just to have fun, you know, I just think that would be a cool way to reuse things and like bring smiles to other people's faces and that. So we're like going all in, as you can tell. So this whole thing is something a little different. And my place is small, so I know battery's low. Got to go. Yep. Catch you later, Sullivan. Appreciate it. I'm more into minis. I have an idea for spring and I'm excited. Oh, awesome. Yeah, don't forget, let us all know about it. Are you in our Facebook group? You can kind of share everything that we're doing. It reminds me of an escape room. Yeah, it's really is fun. So, like I said, I know that, you know, just to be a garden channel, I could set up a little space, a little corner, and put a bunch of plants behind me, or keep on growing sign and make all my videos like that, and just come on and just talk about hydroponics. And the channel will grow twice as fast or twice as big, and just keep going. You know, I know all the things that I have to do, but you got to have some fun in that too. And I'd rather everybody know what we're all into, because the gardening is, if you take my life, gardening is like 5 to 10% of it. And we do a whole lot of other things. And I think there's a lot of people out there, you know, we're all not just like gung-ho gardeners. And, you know, some people like, you know, Rampton Gardener might be, and the homesteaders, you know, they might be, but, you know, we do a lot of different things. So I want people to see that you don't need to invest, you know, half your life into your garden just to grow you some food. You know, that you can do a whole lot of other things. I show them, you know, other things that we're doing, and that I don't spend every waking minute, you know, in the garden trying to take care of it. And let's see. Now I know I can do it with all the plastic containers I've been saving. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I don't know if you guys, if this is happening where y'all are living. They changed the sanitation department, and we went from, you can have like just a bunch, you know, however many trash cans and everything out there, and they would pick it up, to now we have one trash can. And they just went around, they're dropping it off because they're having the machine come by, you know, that grabs it. They're not going to get out of the truck. So everything has to fit inside that one trash can. On top of that, they're cutting out recycling. So now all your trash has to fit in one trash can, and all your recycling that used to be picked up separate has to be in that trash can. If you have extra and you want them to take it, you have to go and get a sticker from, we don't know if it's public, it's one of the grocery stores, but they said it's going to be available at a grocery store. It's $4 for one bag, and you have to put it in the bag, and it has to be facing the street, and the driver has to be able to see that tag. If he can't see that tag, he won't get out of the truck to pick it up. So if you have like 2, 3 extra bags, you're talking, you know, $4, $8, $12 per week, you know, just putting stuff out, whatever doesn't fit in that can. And so people are, there's no recycling anymore. If you want to take it to recycling, the closest place from my house is 33 miles. And the only thing they're taking is clean cardboard. I can load my car up with aluminum cans and glass and everything. I have to go try and find a recycling company that will even take it around here. If I go to the landfill, I can't, they won't recycle it. It'll just go right into the landfill. So if it doesn't fit in the container either, and you don't want to pay for the extra thing, you got to load your stuff up and drive to the landfill. So we're getting to the point where it's kind of, we're in a pickle here with like I was driving around today. This starts a couple weeks, like October 1st, and they've been dropping off the new cans. And I just look, we're not allowed to use new cans yet. We still have to use our old ones. And almost everyone had 2 or 3 cans out there. Nobody had like just 1 can. And they all had like recycling the days before, like 2 or 3 bins, which now has to go into there also. So I don't know if this is, going to be happening more and more, because it happened, it was like St. Johns County, like next to us and that. And it just goes, like I said, we're like going backwards or whatever. But so what we try to do is everything's got to go in there. So, cardboard and that's going to go in our garden. Anything that can be like composted, we've been throwing our veggies and everything over in a corner, and that's what we have. We call it Mother Nature's graveyard. Let it decompose. So even if you don't compost, which I think this is a good idea, if you have scraps, we all should just be throwing it out back somewhere. I know some of us have like HOAs and you can't just throw stuff everywhere, but everybody should be in a habit of having a couple places where you can dig a hole, dump scraps, even if you're composting or not, cover it up and put it, instead of like all this good organic stuff going into a landfill that's with all this toxic stuff, that it's just like the normal thing to do or something, that we should just be tossing that out back somewhere and letting it go back into nature instead of being wasted. Do you have a Discord? I do, but I don't use it for like this. It's just for different like mid-journey generating little AI things, and I connect with a couple of people. There's different, like I said, we do a lot of different things. So I'm into like making music, the digital, they call it, like making beats and stuff. And I'm like getting into that. So I'm on Discord so I can like connect with some of those groups and learn some tips and tricks, and with the generating AI stuff. And they've got some, you have to have your own private room to invite the bots and that. But so I've got it, but I don't really use it too much to like just connect with people. I just use it for certain things. My channel is kind of a back burner now. Super busy season for me. Yeah, I shifted into crafts and sewing. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's we've got lots of other things to do in that. And like I said, it's as far as like just being a content creator, we know what we have to do or we should do, but gardening is a tough one. And I feel for everyone that's in here, because if you look at like Google Trends, over the past 5 years, gardening always goes up. Spring, everybody's always looking for gardening stuff. Then when it gets hot, it dips. Nobody wants to think when it's 110 degrees outside about gardening. Then fall, you get a little bump. Then it gets cold and it drops again. So we're on like this constant, like you can predict it. It looks like this little 2-hump thing year after year. So we go through these ups and downs. And so I think it's cool if you can do other things and you have, other stuff you're doing, share that, instead of some people you see them like just disappear. Or do microgreens, because you can grow microgreens like all year long. Mini landscapes and how I describe it. It's more realistic and whimsical. A fairy garden. Yeah, we like that. That's where we had our gnome home and that going up. I'm looking at a few houses and the scale I want. Don't want to use the good ones outside. Yep, that had like totally. We had some stuff that was held together with just like hot glue that we had in here, and we threw it out there for a while. I was filming and forgot stuff out there, and just a little bit of weather and that like totally takes care of it. Wow, that sucks, Mike. You need to forage for meta. Yeah, See, that'd be another thing. I could start a channel and just have a little mini forge and throw all my aluminum cans in there, a little crucible, right? But then what would I make? Little labels, little things that stick in the ground and say what the plants are. And then I can put keep on growing and give that out too. Why did they call a platform for bringing people together Discord? Yeah, maybe it's a oxymoron. Marketing food and products has to change packaging. Exactly. So y'all saw my TV dinner. I shouldn't have been dumping scraps in my raised bed by the deck. It smells when it rains. Yeah, it can. It can. Ours. Now we put it around the side, and it was by the shade house. But after a while, it's like really surprising that it doesn't. Discord, disagreement between people. Alrighty. Let's see. We had 5. I'm going to do one more drawing for everybody that's stuck around, and then I'm going to let y'all go. I forget. It looks like it's almost an hour and a half. I can sit here and just talk with you guys all night. This is fun. You need to go back to food-based plastics that break down. Yeah, and that's why I was getting into the bioplastics. And I would really like to talk about that a little more. I might put a little, but every time I do, I get this crowd of people that just want to put big plastic out of business and all these corporations. And, you know, I'll get views, but they're not interested in gardening. They want to come in and learn how to make bioplastic into handbags and clothing and everything, you know, and think that it can be used for, you know, plastics like in friggin' everything that we have around here. And so they come on and they're searching for bioplastic and they see that. You get a ton of views, but then I'm like, I'm just using it for my hydroponics. And they're like, oh, thanks. And then your traffic light just drops off the cliff because all these people are coming in and they thought, oh, well, we're going to show them your next video. And they're like, I don't want to watch this growing crap. I just wanted to, you know, I want to replace grocery bags. So I like doing it. Good night. Later, Dan. I like doing it, but it's not real good for the channel. So when I share it, I just share it with y'all. My kids got me on Discord. They also got me off of Facebook, reading the terms and shenanigans. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff over there. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of time to engage with all of that. All right, everybody, hashtag seeds. I'm going to do one more real quick. Let me share the screen. Oop, let me make it bigger. Slack is confusing. Yep, there's just so much out there now, right? There we go. All right, one more. I appreciate you showing us new things. The zealots always make a mess of things. Yeah, no problem. That's what, you know, we're just here to help each other. And like I said, and all of y'all, thank you very much. I want to say before I do this last drawing, I really do appreciate it. And the people that stuck around, you guys make this possible. I do this full time and my wife does. And it's just because of all of you guys. And I went up to a store yesterday and it was like late at night. I was like one of the last customers. And the guy was upset. One employee walks up and he goes to grab a checklist or something and he's like, what you want us to do? And the other girl looks at it and she said, I think we have to do whatever it is, these tables or whatever. That's not important. And thank you too. And he just said, I'm not doing that. Excuse my language. I might cuss a little bit. I'm not cussing at y'all. This is just to like illustrate the point. This is what was going on when I wasn't even talking to them. I just put my groceries up there and they weren't paying attention to me. And he was like, you know, fuck that. And, you know, I'm not doing all that. She can do that shit herself. And then, you know, okay, disgruntled employees or whatever. And then he's like, you know, that a teacher, you know, take away my fucking Saturday. I'm not, you know, just F this and F that. And it was because he had to work on a Saturday. You know, I understand, you know, that happened. And that just, I haven't worked for anyone for like over 20 years since the millennium, since 1999. And we had clients, you know, we worked for ourselves. We had clients, which are like actually our boss, but it's been hard work, you know, working for yourself. And in the last couple of years, we've been content creators. And this is all because of y'all. And I wake up every day just grateful because all what y'all do, just watching and just sharing with people and spreading the word. And, we're not like huge and making a ton of money or anything, but the impact that we have when we have people around the world saying thank you, and that, they're thanking all of you too. Some of you guys are like sharing stuff, and people don't even know who I am, but they're like growing stuff like us, and it's cool. And uh, when that guy was just getting so upset about that, I remember I used to work, where I had to ask somebody if I needed a day off, or and somebody, me saying yes sir, no ma'am, and everything, and doing stuff that people, had to do. And I remember like being in his shoes. I wasn't like that upset about it, but it just makes me sad that there's so many people out there that are going through that all the time, and that we're just living miserable lives. And this wasn't like some fancy high paying job or anything. This is stuff that a lot of just normal people are going through, and we hate going in there and then clocking in and doing mundane shit all the time. And I just get hyperventilate thinking about it. Going, if you haven't done it for like 20 something years, that's just, you can't even imagine, trying to do it again. And when I see people going through it, it just, like breaks my heart, really. And it's like this big guy or whatever, and that, but it just makes me feel sorry. And I know that there's millions of people that are going through that. So that I'm lucky enough to do things like this and help people and not ask for a day off. And I work every day. If you guys see a day go by where I don't post a video somewhere on one of the different platforms, or I'm not answering emails or packing up orders or anything, I love what I'm doing. I work more doing all of this than I ever did. But to see people, just get so upset because they had to work one weekend day. I work every weekend. If I need to, we take off on a Monday or something because there's not as many people out. Because a Monday or Sunday or Saturday or Thursday is all the same to us when you're self-employed. So I just feel really fortunate, and that's because of all y'all. And that's why I like doing things like this and helping people out as much as I can, because not everybody is in that position, and I'm in a unique position that you guys have helped me out so much that I really do appreciate it. We're self-employed, but we have to work weekend. Yeah. And holidays. Sometimes I work all holidays. There's if you like Labor Day, right? Everybody's talking about barbecues, vacations, jumping in the car, driving here and there. And if you guys go back and look at the reels and the little short videos, I didn't post it on YouTube. I posted on Facebook and Instagram because that's where the traffic was. And I posted all Labor Day weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you get reach more people because more people are on their phone than they were, because more people are off work and they were at barbecues and they were at family meetings or family functions, and lots of people are on the phone. So there's a better opportunity. So we actually work when people are taking off, because that gives us a better opportunity. And then the Tuesday or something, when that's when we take our day off, and there's more people working, so the places that we go are less crowded and things. So we just do lots of different. I know I went off on a tangent, and I said, let me draw real quick, or I'll sit here and wax poetic like forever. And thank you all, everything everybody said. Retired at 45, off grid. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Silky Johnston. All right, that's 6 winners. I'm going to put my email up here one more time in case you didn't see it, because I didn't see it in here a little earlier. Never said it was easy. There we go. Email me right there, and all 6 people who won tonight, and we'll get these out to you. And if anybody else just wants to try microgreens, like I said, that will do about 2.5 10x20 trays. This will do one little 5x5 tray, but it's good to practice with. I got these on my Etsy shop, and there's a little button if you're on your computer, not on your iPhone. If you're on your desktop, if you go to checkout, there'll be a make out or make out. There'll be a make offer button. So if you guys, whatever your family can afford, I did that on Facebook, and you guys saw it on Facebook. I haven't even got a chance to mention it on YouTube yet. So, sorry guys. Like I said, it was just been crazy busy, and that's what we really appreciate it. But I put it make offers. So if you can't afford anything, you want to give it a try, get on there and make an offer for $3 or $2 or $1 or whatever people can afford. They'll kind of even out with like the other people who do just pay regular price. And even if I eat, some of the cost of supplies and everything, as long as you get a chance to give something a try, because like I said, if you go this route, there's not going to be enough to make a decent crop, and you're just going to get discouraged. And I hate hearing people spend 20 or 30 bucks on little packages and trying to do it. You'll be able to grow a whole lot of stuff with that. Alrighty, guys, I'm gonna let y'all take off. Like I said, I can keep running my mouth. Good night, congrats, and y'all go ahead and say good night to each other. Carol, Ladybug, Jessica, Tony, Silky, Kookaburra, Casey. I think I didn't see you come in. Good night to everyone, and learning to grow. There's another one. See people just pop in here and I didn't see them. That's another good channel. Y'all go check out. Wickshire. And if I missed your comments towards the end here, sorry about that. I'm going to put on a little music. Everybody can say good night to each other. Much love to everyone. Keep on growing. Let me see if I can. You know what? Let's just go ahead and end it. I'm not going to I don't have music. It's just this cheesy, generic music that's in here. Corey Kane, Brenda, Tony, Wickshire. Smash that like button. Appreciate it. Yeah, see, I'm not even used to doing that. I had like a little, even have a little thing to actually do it. And I never do it because I've been doing this 7 years, and it's just, just you guys being around is thanks enough. I really appreciate it. Alrighty, guys, much love. We're gonna shut it down. I'm not gonna play any music in that. We'll catch you next time. Congratulations to all the winners. Everybody else, live to inspire, keep on growing, and be the change. Catch you next time.